Explanation of the Whispered Prayer of the Seekers. Lesson 3. By Mansoureh Shobeyri. Imam al-Sajjād, peace be upon him, said, "And set us in motion along the nearest of paths for arriving unto you. Bring near to us what is distant, and make easy for us what is difficult and severe." The word sayyirnā, set us in motion, is derived from sair, journeying, which is a gradual movement toward a goal. Because it appears in an intensified form, it indicates that we do not move by ourselves alone, but rather through a divine carrying and a lordly governance. Thus, the meaning becomes, "O my God, make us journey by your will, not by our own will." In Mysticism, irfan, the journey, sair, is the movement of the soul from the realm of multiplicity, that is, the world of this life, toward unity, that is, the divine truth, God. As for the phrase, along the nearest of paths, paths refer to ways, methods, and courses. The word nearest does not merely indicate the shortest in time, but rather the purest, the swiftest in reaching, and the least veiled. This means that there is a path that is long and filled with veils, and another that is near through the light of guidance. Veils, as you know, are of two kinds: dark veils, such as sins, desires, and states of heedlessness, and luminous veils, which include attachment to acts of worship themselves, attachment to spiritual stations, and the veils of seeing oneself in obedience. At times, what prevents one from God is not sin, but rather seeing oneself as righteous, pious, and near. Linguistically, the nearest path is the straight line, and technically, the nearest path to reaching God is sincerity or self-knowledge, as it has been stated, "Whoever knows himself knows his Lord." It may be said even further. It is true that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, but in the journey toward God, uprightness, istiqamah, is not merely about brevity. Rather, it signifies the absence of existential deviation. Thus, sin is a deviation, heedlessness is a deviation, and love of the world is considered a deviation from the straight path. Therefore, the nearest path is the one in which there is no turning toward anything other than God, as if the seeker, in his journey and conduct, sees nothing but God. As for the phrase, "for arriving unto you," the word wufud, arrival, denotes coming before a king with reverence. The word unto you does not refer to a physical place, but rather to reaching the maqam of nearness and witnessing. The word wufud signifies arrival with honor. It is said, "A people came as a delegation, when they arrived with dignity and honor." Here, the seeker does not desire mere arrival, but rather to arrive as one honored in the presence of God. As God the Exalted says, "On the day we shall gather the God-conscious unto the All-Merciful as a delegation," meaning with dignity and honor. Thus, it is a presence accompanied by permission, honor, and acceptance, for not every present one is accepted. And when he says, "None shall possess intercession except one who has taken a covenant with the All-Merciful," it means that true arrival requires a covenant of guardianship, wilaya, purity, and genuine sincerity. What is the difference between journeying to God and arriving before God? We say, journeying to God is movement, whereas arriving before God is presence. As for the phrase, "bring near to us what is distant," distance may be temporal, meaning the length of the path, or existential, meaning the soul's remoteness from perfection, or experiential, meaning the absence of inner, heartfelt presence. Thus, the request here is the removal of distance. The seeker, therefore, is asking for the shortening of the spiritual distance, because, as we have said, distance is veiling in nature. The intellect perceives that this distance arises from the density of the material world and the soul's preoccupation with particulars. As for the phrase, "make easy for us what is difficult and severe," What is difficult is that which is hard to perform, and what is severe is that which encounters inner resistance, meaning the soul opposes it, the inner ego-driven desire stands against it, and Satan entices us away from it. It is as though the Imam, peace be upon him, combines both external difficulty and the internal resistance of the human soul. In the phrase, "make easy for us what is difficult," rationally speaking, the impossible cannot occur. However, what is difficult is something possible that requires a strong cause. Thus, the seeker asks the first cause, God, glorious and exalted, to bestow from his perfection that which renders the difficult easy. This is what is called divine enablement, Tawfiq. Divine enablement is not merely assistance. Rather, it is the convergence of internal and external causes toward obedience. The heart inclines, the intellect understands, the limbs act, and circumstances support. This is the secret behind "make easy for us what is distant." Through this statement, we understand that the Imam, peace be upon him, intends to convey that the contingent being does not move toward perfection except through a guiding cause. That is, without divine effusion, the human being remains within the da'ira of possibility and does not emerge from the concealment of non-existence. He also intends to show that not every form of perfection leads to God to the same degree. Some forms of perfection are of no benefit, such as knowledge without sincerity. Therefore, we require true knowledge accompanied by presence of heart, so that the human being may come to witness realities. God, glorious and exalted, is not distant. Rather, we are the ones who are distant. Thus, bring near to us what is distant means transform our very being so that we may perceive him as near. Hence, what is required is not merely that you walk toward God, but that you walk toward God by God. In the first case, it is only your effort. In the second, it is your effort accompanied by divine attraction and lordly enablement. In mystical teachings, it is said that distance is an illusion, for there is no real distance between you and God. What prevents you from reaching him is not distance, but the veil. The more the veil is removed, the closer you become to God. As the Quran clarifies this reality, we indeed created man, and we know what his soul whispers to him, and we are nearer to him than his jugular vein. Thus, the distance is not from God, but from the servant. And the noble Quran points to the journey of the human being toward God, as though it is saying, whether you will or not, you are moving toward God. Yet at times, you move without awareness, without understanding, and without reason. And at other times, you move with awareness, order, and a structured motion toward God, the exalted. O man, indeed you are laboring toward your Lord with great exertion, and you shall meet him. Thus, it is an inevitable journey. If you make it the mihwar of your life, it will lead you to divine pleasure, forgiveness, and vast gardens. But if you traverse it unwillingly or heedlessly, it will lead you to loss and regret. From this statement, several possible meanings may be understood. Oh my God, make us move swiftly along the path of obedience. Bring near to us our arrival to you, and make it easy for us to abandon sins. This is a behavioral, practical interpretation. In the journey toward God, he may compress entire years into a single moment, as with the magicians who repented in an instant. And at times, the path may become long despite great effort. Thus, a single moment of sincerity may shorten the path of an entire lifetime. There is a cognitive interpretation. Lead us to true knowledge. Bring near to us the understanding of realities, and make their comprehension easy for us. And there is a mystical interpretation. It may be said that the Imam, peace be upon him, intends, "Oh my God, draw us toward you with a divine attraction. Lift the veils between us and you, and make annihilation in you easy for us." Journeying to God is a human act, whereas attraction is an act of the divine. Its meaning is that not every traveler toward you will arrive, but everyone who is drawn will certainly arrive. This corresponds with his saying, God chooses for himself whom he wills. And in the word sayyirnā, there is a request that the journey be transformed into a journey of attraction, not merely one of personal striving. Thus, this statement of Imam al-Sajjād, peace be upon him, is not merely a supplication. Rather, it is a comprehensive request to transform the entirety of human existence, from slowness of movement to swiftness in moving toward God, from distance to nearness, from hardship to ease in the path toward God, and from mere personal effort to divine attraction. Difficulty, yusr, is the hardship of the act itself, while severity, shidda, arises from the resistance of the doer, that is, from the resistance of the soul toward that act. Thus, the path may be easy in itself, yet severe because the soul rejects it. A fourth possible meaning in explaining the statement is that we may say, "O my God, set us in motion upon the path of your chosen ones, for the nearest path is the path of wilaya." Thus, arrival unto you can only occur through nearness by means of them. Bring near to us what is distant means bring us near to their station, and make easy for us what is difficult means make us steadfast upon their wilaya. In the next session, we will begin from the saying of Imam al-Sajjād, peace be upon him, and join us to your servants who hasten toward you in eagerness, and who continually knock at your door. And all praise belongs to God, Lord of the worlds.